So last episode I was doing some wiring and getting these amber LED strips put in, and I decided that I wanted to put a dimmer switch in between them, before them, so I could adjust the level of brightness, and I decided to put that dimmer switch in this little open shelf down by the bed, which would act as like a bedside table, so that you can access the dimmer switch when you're in the bed. Now, I am no electrician. Electricity is definitely not my strong suit, and I managed to wire the dimmer switch up wrong a couple of times before I eventually did get it right, and I blew a fuse in the process. But that gives me an opportunity to show you why I chose the particular kind of fuse box that I bought and installed temporarily. Because when it blows a fuse, a little red light comes on next to the fuse that has been blown, so you don't have to pull all the fuses out and check which one is gone. I think it's a really nice feature. In the end, I actually asked AI to draw me a wiring diagram, and then it started working. The idea with this is that I can set the brightness level down on this bedside table, and then there's still the switch, so I can switch it off, and when I switch it back on, it's still at that set level that I've chosen. Now, there's still a little bit of work to do on the back wall before I can put in the LED lights and the channel for the LED lights. So I had a look through all the pieces of these panels that I've still got. I should explain that I bought this stuff as a job lot for that paneling job that I had for a customer. It had been stored on a pallet, and obviously something had run into the side of the pallet, so there was a lot of broken boards. The long ones that you can see there, they've all got this quite seriously damaged tongues and grooves, but there's still a lot of short sections that I can use, and the piece of wall that I'm going to be doing, all I need is 21 centimeters long. So for instance, this long one, it's the tongue is completely gone in the middle, but there's still a few centimeters at each end that I can still use. Of course, I got this load of panels at a very, very good price, big discount, which I was able to pass on to the customer. And it meant that all these broken longboards, I was able to be very, very picky about what panels I used for the various trims that I did. But it means I've got a lot of this stuff, the long stuff, left that I can do a lot of trims all around the van. It's going to become kind of a theme. So it's along to the circular saw to make some more trims for the van, but I'm balancing this project with also running my little business, and while I was there I had to also get some work done, cutting and planing some bits of wood that I'm going to be using for building benches for a customer. That way I don't feel bad about getting back to work on the van. Had a small camera malfunction and lost some footage, but I got these panels put along this little section of wall. The gap at the top, there'll be cables going through there, and that'll be where the LED lights go as well, and that'll be covered by the metal channel that's going to be going underneath the big cupboard at the back. Two walls in the back room done, one to go. I'm still kind of planning this wall out, but first I want to put the air curtain heater air blower in place, so I know how much space that's going to take up. I made some brackets and hangers for it, and I'm using this opportunity to test those out as well, seeing that I can get the heater easily and quickly hung up there and also removed, and I'll have exactly the same brackets and hangers in the shower space when I'm using it for drying stuff out. But I'm really chuffed with this heater. I'm really happy with it, but there's one very obvious problem with it. Problem solved. That's much more my style now. And it's back to wiring. I learnt something today that I didn't know before. If you're following along, you'll know that I ran a whole load of green wires through here in preparation for wiring things up. But that green wire, it's the type that it has a single strand of copper wire going through it. And I just found out today that you shouldn't use that kind of wire in a vehicle because of the vibration. You should use the more flexible type, which is stranded copper wires. Anyway, meant that now I've got to pull all that green wire out, and I'm going to wire up the big light panel in the big room through the fuse box. It was previously just going straight to the battery. And then I'm going to wire up that light panel, the little light panel that's on the ceiling in the back room. Well, every day that you learn something new is a good day. I'm also really pleased that I put those flexible aluminium panels inside those back cupboards, because what I found is I can do the wiring and then I can pull the front edge of that aluminium sheet down, put all the wiring up above it, and then the natural spring of the aluminium holds them up to the ceiling, out of the way, out of sight, but I can still have access to them if I ever need to change anything. So in the evening, pure amber LEDs, no blue light. In the daytime, got the daylight panel. In the summer, we've got summer mode, like a gentle breeze. Or a serious breeze. And winter mode, turn on the heat. That'll do for now. I will catch you up on more stuff that I've already got done in the next video. But remember, I've got a buy me a coffee link down below if you want to help out, and if not, then liking and subscribing is completely free. So subscribe so you get notified when I put out the next video. Cheers, bye bye.